welcome back. Thom Hartmann here with you, and in the studio with me, actually, I'm in your studio.
Yes, welcome to my house.
Kymone Freeman, it's great having you with us.
It's an honor for you to be here.
It is. It's so nice to see you. You've been on my TV show a lot of times. You've been on the radio show a few times. It's so what is at the top of your mind right now?
You know, in the words of anti-racism activist Jane Elliott, I'm just so glad to see that so many people are joining the fight to get off their polish-saturated butts and do something.
Yeah.
You know?
There you go.
Shout out to everybody that's paying Verizon a visit today and doing what they can to make as much noise as they can, because we are in need of a consumer revolt.
Yeah.
And I've shared this on your show before, and I apologize for the redundancy, but I think it bears repeating. This is one of the premises behind my current project, film project that we're working on for John Brown. I'll talk to it up a little bit in a minute. Mm-hmm. And it says, I see in the near future a crisis approaching that unnerves me and causes me to tremble for the safety of my country. Corporations have been enthroned, and an era of corruption in high places will follow, and the money power of the country will endeavor to prolong its reign by working upon the prejudices of the people until all worth is arrogated in a few hands and the republic is destroyed. There's open debate whether or not Abraham Lincoln actually said that, but it's been reported that he did. And whether he did or didn't, I think it doesn't take away from the validity of the accurate assessment of where we are today.
Well, and that was a widespread sentiment, actually, you know, around the time of the Civil War. You had the Great Depression of 1857 that just...
A lot of people forgot that.
Yeah, just shattered people's, sense of safety, just like the Great Crash in 1929. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was a major depression. So,
I think you're a little ahead of your time, because in your book, The Great Crash of
2016,
I think it's still coming.
I do too. I do too. It concerns me, yeah. And really that book was mostly about how the Republicans set it up, with the Powell Memo and Lewis Powell and all that. But,
it looks like a fire sale to me, what they're doing right now. It's like they're grabbing all they can.
It's amazing when you think about it. We hear Republicans talk about return on investment. Mm-hmm. And it's like they, the Koch network and a few other billionaires, Shelley Adelson, his price to Trump apparently was move the capital of Israel to Jerusalem and whatnot. They invested about $1 billion in the last election, and they're getting a $1.5 trillion tax break. Actually, it's going to be $5 trillion over the next 10 years. Mm-hmm. So that's $5,000 billion. So you invest one, get back 5,000 over a decade. I don't know of a better investment in America than buying a member of Congress right now. It's just a shame you and I can't afford to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna quote you on that. Buying a member of Congress is the best sound investment.
It is. It actually. I mean, if you want to make a serious profit in America, what are your thoughts on this Franken thing?
It's unfortunate because we're seeing a lot of good people get caught up in bad situations, and we're losing, because I don't see how, of course it's wrong, of course I'm not defending them, but to see Trump still standing, it's a bitter pill to swallow, to see people who politics I'm more in line with fall to the wayside, but he's still there. Yeah. And his agenda has been uninterrupted by all that he's been accused of.
Yeah. I agree. I should add, if I in the middle of my introduction of you, I don't think I mentioned, you're the co-owner of this radio station, and so tell us about WeActRadio.
WeActRadio, DC's #1 progressive radio station, according to the Washington City paper. But what do they know? Honored to have the #1 progressive talk show host in our station. We had a very rough summertime. We had a devastating robbery here that took us off air for some time. And fortunately for us, we was able to have a successful fundraiser that got us back on our feet. WPFW, who is actually struggling now. There's a whole Pacifica crisis. There's a lot of attacks on progressive media, because it's been a very suspicious robbery. We thought it appeared to be politically motivated. Things of value were left behind, and things like hard drives and content and our work was taken, and it was very professional. Then we have Pacifica having trouble with WBAI and the tower rental, the Empire State Building, and a lot of debt over their head. They're thinking about selling WBI, thinking about getting rid of WPFW. We've seen Roland Martin show get canned. We've seen Oprah Winfrey selling her network. We see the media consolidation. It's very important that independent media outlets like WeActRadio, like progressive hosts such as yourself that has a national audience, to continue to push the envelope, because we are living in a very critical time, and we need to understand that. And the work we're doing is not only important and valuable, it is absolutely intrinsically necessary to ever challenging the status quo that is running this thing down our throats right now.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, and you guys are doing such great work here. We have a half a minute. Any other issues you wanted to get
John
to?
Brown, baby. John Brown. We are just
us.
doing a film project, Patriotic Treason. There's a book under that name, but it's an original screenplay. Giancarlo Esposito had tried to direct this many moons ago with Ed Harris as the lead role of John Brown. It didn't get off the ground. He just hit me today and want to learn more about our project. So we're launching a tour, 13-city tour, with the short film that we have shot and the stage reading of the full feature film that we're trying to get done. And we're coming to Portland, so I'll see you
great.
soon.
Yeah.
13 cities, so people can check us out, the Abolitionist Tour. You can go to abolitionisttour.com or GoFundMe John Brown Tour and look out for us because we think that is a story that needs to be told.
Keymone Freeman, Abolitionist Tour.
Abolitionisttour.com and John Brown Tour on GoFundMe. John Brown is the greatest white man America's ever produced, so-called, so says Dick Gregory.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Keymone.
Thank
Great
you.
having you with us.
Always a pleasure.